I'm Susan.
And I'm Jan, and we are
Our Serenity Homestead. So it's been a very exciting couple of weeks.
A blustery March indeed.
You got the epizootic?
He is the epizootic.
He's on medication, you guys.
A medicated chihuahua for your protection.
So on the 15th of March, Friday night, woo!
I was in Texas.
I was in a tornado zone. We had sirens going off, people freaking out.
50-mile-an-hour winds.
Straight line winds there for a minute, but it skipped. The TV was going in and out, but then I had the radar on my phone. Couldn't get much reception out here. It was pretty. I was going to evacuate or go to the hidey hole.
We got a fraidy hole.
A fraidy hole. I had a couple of pillowcases because Jan always said, "What are you going to do if I'm, what are you going to do? What are you going to?" I said, "I'm going to grab a couple of pillowcases, throw some cats and dogs in it, and head for a ditch somewhere." I mean, what else can you do? It's going to get you. It's going to get you.
Yeah.
But we had lived in hurricane, yeah.
Southeast Alabama.
And we lived through hurricanes. And what do? You watch. You see where it's going. And you go the other way, I guess. So I just decided, I turned out all the lights, kept the TV on, the door open.
Why did you turn out the lights for those people who are not weather aware?
So I could watch the lightning go off and tell where the clouds were. And if I saw a funnel. It's the only way you can see it at night. So, yeah, sat there and watched the sky light up. And the straight winds. That was the scary part. That's when I got scared. When I saw that in the yard and felt it and heard it.
And we were on the phone because I was in Texas. My grandson's 9th birthday the next day. So I was down there for that and on the phone telling her to get into the fraidy hole, and she's like, "Nah, I got the door open, I got the lights out," and I went, "Okay, I know why she's doing that."
Yeah.
But the tornado actually went 1.5 miles from here, so we got all the extraneous circular winds. Yeah. Really
took one of our churches.
Yeah, it took a church. It took the part of the roof off the old firewood shed.
Yeah.
We've got stuff scattered throughout the woods we still got to go get. A bunch of foam boards are broken and scattered through the woods. But yeah, that was
our neighbor, bless her heart. I'm not going to say her name.
She just moved here from New York.
Upstate New York. Yeah. So not at all used to this. And she was underneath her bed. And I would text her. Yeah. I called her and then I would keep texting her and telling her where it was and that we were okay. And
yeah, she was freaking out. Because she ain't used to this kind of weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then.
And then, let's see, what?
4
or 5 days later?
4 or 5 days later, Wednesday. That was Friday night. So Wednesday, I get this frantic call from our neighbor. God bless her, Anne Marie. What's her name of her thing?
Big Dreams, Tiny Budget.
Yeah, she lives the next holler over. Next street over.
Next holler!
We could holler. She could hear us.
Yeah.
She calls me saying that the forest is on fire.
And get out. There's an evacuation
And
order.
I went outside and was like, holy F-bomb. I mean, I was like...
And of course, I wasn't home.
Nope, she wasn't home either.
But I was coming home.
Yeah.
I was driving back.
So I gathered the dogs because I figured the cats are outside and they'll run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't too worried about that. It was a low ground fire. It hadn't gone up into the trees, but you don't know because we had a burn ban and it's very, very dry out here. So I grabbed the dogs and I'm heading up to the corner. I'm up there, and there's all kinds of people standing around, and I went, what am I doing? We got water.
Yeah.
So I'm calling Jan, and she reminds me that Anne Marie has well. So I stop a couple of those guys, and I said, "You know anybody at the fire department?" They go, "We are." They were on a four-wheeler, but we have a volunteer fire department out here. How many fire departments showed up?
4.
4.
And the forestry department.
And the forestry, yeah. So I just headed back to the house. I told those guys about Anne Marie's well, and they took off like a shot, because it's more water.
Yeah, because they had already ran out of water in their trucks.
There's not like hydrants out here. No. They have to carry it in.
Yeah. So unless you got a well that they can refill on, and she told them they could refill at her well, so they booked over there. In the meantime, the wildfire got out of control. And it started coming up both sides of the holler and wrapping around. It was wrapped all the way around Anne Marie's homestead. She lost a few things. And,
but not her house,
but
not her animals.
Not her house and not her animals.
Well, one of her dogs ran off, so that was pretty. We kept an eye out.
Pretty traumatic, yeah.
We kept an eye out for her, but she came home.
It came within a few feet of my shop.
Yeah.
And I had 275 gallons of water in an IBC tote, so I started draining 5-gallon buckets at a time, and and they were out there with leaf blowers blowing all the ground cover into a pile so it wouldn't spread, and it seemed to do pretty well, but 1,200 acres burned.
Yeah.
We lost a metal shed that I had that I just told Susan, we need to put that shed up over here.
By the garden, yeah.
By the garden. It's like, So now we're not going to be able to do that because it's all warped metal from the heat. And it got very, very close. The firefighter that was helping me over by the shop had no respirator, no mask, no nothing. So I ran in the shop. I had a brand new respirator in a clamshell, so broke it open. We put the things on that. I gave that to him. I had a respirator or a mask, with
I had to put one on too. It was bad.
Yeah, so Susan's down here watering down as much as she can, and I'm up there throwing 5-gallon buckets. Our friend John showed up, thank you John and Autumn, and started picking up all of our propane tanks and taking them out of here, because that's the last thing we wanted was that to explode. We had,
heard shells going off when it burned a couple of the buildings over there.
Yeah, a guy had some ammo and it just started pow, 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 pow. So it was pretty scary. So we'll show you some footage of some of the track of the tornado and what it did, and then
the forestry department came and parked right here in front of us.
in our driveway.
Well, I told him he could, because he needed to be off the road.
And he needed to be able to get his big bulldozer
out.
Yes,
so he went down and came up and just cut a big line all the way up, so we were lucky that way.
Made a fire break.
Yeah, so
but he dug right through our property. There's a huge gaping hole back there, and I'm like,
better than losing the hair, yeah.
I guess that's better than losing
the
shop. But I was like, I went to the shop, I pulled all my cordless tools out, and I was coming back to the house to get my, or my pew-pews and my pew-pew pushers. And then I remembered I had 15 of those small 1-pound propane tanks in the shop, and I'm like, oh no, so I had to drive back over to the shop and start getting all the propane out, and that's when CJ, the firefighter, showed up, and so I just stayed there with him. John came over to help me. Autumn came over to see Susan, and we took all the propane out.
She asked if she could help, but we only had one hose.
It just had the one at the time.
We got two now.
Two now. And after the fact, I went to Walmart and bought one of those 2-gallon pump-up sprayer things, because I was throwing water on these trees that were burning. They're kind of off the ground, but underneath them were still on fire, and I didn't have a way to spray up. So I thought, if I have those sprayers, I can pump them up and spray underneath and get that kind of fire out. But it burned all night. Forestry was here all night, over 1,200 acres. And they did an awesome job.
Had one ember come into the yard. And with all that wind, which I was surprised.
It was bad. Winds were 55, 60 miles an hour gusts. And
you didn't know which way
the
fire was going, because
it just swirled
went everywhere.
Around.
You want to know how it started?
Yeah. Stupid.
Yeah.
We are under a burn ban, a very well published, notified.
On the news, all
everywhere.
over. I mean, you can't go anywhere without somebody talking about how dry it is.
And this dude had stolen some wire, dug a hole, and then put the wire in the hole and caught it on fire to burn the plastic off of it so he could get more money for it. And it got away from him.
The neighbors on Anne Marie's Road actually went up and tried to help him get it under control.
Get it out, yeah. And throwing. And what's bad is once they told me where it started, I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? There is a water hose 50 feet away from that guy. 50 feet. He could have just ran across the street and grabbed that water hose and had water. But no, he's a meth head. And meth heads don't think. They just do.
I want to know when he's going to court.
We all want to know when he's going to court because we are all going to show up and booty-hoo about the fire he started.
Yep.
But I don't know.
We heard he was arrested just for the wire.
But we haven't seen anything on the sheriff department. Now,
Yeah.
I heard today that he was arrested on federal charges for the forest fire and all, and property damage. 11 structures were burned down. I think 2 of them were people were actually living in them. So 2 people lost their homes, or 2 families lost their homes, and the rest were, RVs or outbuildings or abandoned
hunting sheds or whatever.
Yeah. So.
Which we have a lot of back here.
So yeah, how was your March?
Wait, it ain't over yet.
Well, we're expecting some rain this weekend, so that will be good. I transfer pumped all of our totes as much as I could fit into our cistern. We still have a couple, 200, 300, 400 gallons of water we need to pump into the cistern. We just don't have any room in the cistern, so.
And we used a lot of water.
We did use a lot of water, and we've been washing clothes. And so I've got a load today. I got to wash.
So we were lucky that we had water.
Yeah. But I appreciate John and Autumn coming over and helping out. And man, the volunteer fire department, the forestry department, they saved our homes.
And I appreciate Anne Marie calling me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thanks.
I was in my room. Back in my room. I don't know. I was piddling something. I had no idea.
Yeah, the sheriff department was going door to door telling people to evacuate, and they were telling people way far away from the fire to evacuate. And I'm like, why didn't they come down here? They didn't come see you.
No.
No, they stopped at Newman.
No.
It's like,
they don't even know we're down here.
Oh, they know.
Yeah, I know they don't. But yeah.
Yeah, that was an exciting
I would
March.
not have known. I seriously.
Well, you could smell the smoke, but usually somebody's just burning something. But it's a fire ban. I know. We have somebody dude, right there, that burns all the time.
Yeah.
No matter what. Oh, it's just a little fire. Well, yeah, that's how this one started. Just a little fire and 50-mile-an-hour winds.
So, there you go.
So yeah, we'll show you some footage and roll that beautiful bean footage. Starting to do a little cleanup now, cutting up some of these trees.
Tornado damage to the Cowboy Church. Yeah, it went down the hill. So. That's a big every tree. They've cleaned up some, I bet.
Yeah, it's been a week.
Yeah. And this was close.
Very close to that tree.
Because we live just...
Dude, just like right there.
Dude, just right over there. Lots of... They've been cleaning up.
Yeah, it's been a week.
Yeah.
How are we doing over there?
Clear. Looks clear.
We just recently had some bad weather. We didn't get a tornado here, but we got the straight line winds. The tornado's about 1.5 miles away, but look at the roof. That's all collapsed, and the roof is kind of flipped over. So, a little damage I got to deal with. And then fix that, flip that back over. I mean, most of the stuff in here is coming out anyway, but I want to use it as a parking area for my side-by-side and my four-wheeler. But right now I'm just storing wood and such in it. Yeah, but yeah, that storm did a heck of a job on us.
So, people, last night we had a fire.
Wildfire.
Yep. This is the next road over from our house.
That house is gone.
Yeah, that house is gone. And you'll see that it's still smoking a little bit. How many fire departments? 3?
4.
4 fire departments out here.
And the forestry department.
And the forestry came out with a bulldozer last night.
This one burned.
Yeah, that house down there burnt.
Well, it was a trailer that had a house built around it.
Yeah.
You know, like a travel trailer that was enclosed. That's completely burned.
This is Anne Marie Street. She's the one that called me and told me it was her road was on fire, and she was not lying. Both sides of her road.
That over there is our shop.
Yeah.
It burned this whole valley.
And I was getting ready to evacuate. I'd thrown the dogs in the car and was heading out because Jan hadn't gotten home yet. Got up to the corner and I thought, what the hell am I doing? We got water.
Yeah.
I can do a California and stand out there and spray it, I guess. Didn't hurt.
Probably saved a lot of our property.
Yeah. But Anne Marie's okay. She had one of her dogs run off into the fire last night, but apparently she got her back. She's a little hurt, but she's going to take her to the vet, make sure she's okay.
Forestry behind us.
Are they?
Yeah.
There's still some hot spots. We got one over by the workshop where we can see smoke. There's smoke right up here by Anne Marie's.
Yeah, there's still some hot spots. This whole valley burned.
Yeah, she's still got something burning.
Yeah, those were some of the logs I was supposed to pick up. Well, our trailer burned. Burned all the boards and all the wheels off of her trailer.
Yeah, this is right by her house. Wow.
I'm sure. Sam's is fine. Sam's place.
Okay, good.
It was all around it, so but that house across next to Robert, the back of the house is burned up a little bit.
How's Robert's property? Is it all burned?
Everything's burned over there.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have to pay to have it clear cut now.
Yeah, that's the truth.
I was just talking to Dee. She bought Josh's place with the bus in front of
It's
it.
gone. The one of the buses is gone over there.
He said it just burned the back of it.
Well, the other bus closer to Sam, it's on. The top is on the ground. It's completely.
Oh,
burned.
that was Mike's. He owns the property right here.
Yeah, well, it's burned.
But she said her place. I'm so glad that Josh is out of there. She bought it a year ago, and she's like me. She's just out here by herself, doesn't know anybody, and building it up from scratch. She's the one that was at the fire department, and she had all 10 of her baby chickens with her. I'm like, I left the damn chickens out there.
Yeah, we would have left ours too.
She told me that the fire, the whole back of my shower is gone. I have to replace all that. It's going to fall down.
Oh, I see it scorched pretty bad too.
Yeah, you guys can get out if you want, but the chicken house, all that fencing I just put up, all burned. The straw, all caught on fire. So that's why he was trying to save the chickens. And they were already out of the yard and running around, and he was trying to pick them up and put them in a wheelbarrow.
Let's go look.
Okay. There's her shed.
They're fine.
It got real close to her house. Melted the plastic on her truck. And it's still smoldering. Look how close it got. That's the back of her shower. It's burnt. This came close to people's houses, trailers. Then it jumped the road. This is our side.
It went all the way down there.
Tornado earlier in the week, and now this. It's been a hell of a week, folks. And this is our part of the road.
It burned behind that
Yeah,
house.
That
There.
didn't jump the road, didn't get up. Fire department pretty much took care of it.
Did get on this block though. But I'm glad it didn't jump this side. All that's burnt down there.
We still got spots that are smoking. There's one. There's one way back in there. This is where it burned up, almost to our workshop. Jan's got some water. She's putting out some of the stuff that's still smoking. It's too close to our place. This is the entire valley it burnt. Over there is Anne Marie's. Still smoldering. There's hot spots almost everywhere. Jan's got a couple on her side. Kind of kept it under control.
This little shed that was here burning.
way down the road. Well, a little ways down the road, you can see where it stops. This is where it started.
This meth head dug a hole, stuck his wire in it, and started melting the plastic. Even though we're under burn ban,
Yep.
guess it applies to everybody but him.
And other than that, and then,
Done.
how's my hair?
Looks like you've been working in the garden.
Yeah.
My hands are dirty too.
Yeah.
My hands are pretty much always dirty. Okay, well, that's about all we got for you guys. Appreciate you sticking in there with us. I know our videos, we've got a video coming. I did an awful lot of work, but I couldn't film while I was doing it. So the video itself is like 3.5 minutes long. It's like, oh man. I don't know when that'll be out, but it'll be after this one. But it'll be a real short video. Some of you will be happy about that. Alright? Okay, well, thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I drank this whole thing.
Yes,
while
you
sitting-
did.
I was thirsty.
You just sucked that down.
I did. It's good lemonade. I
I'm
love this
surprised
stuff.
the lemonade, you know the. No.
Oh, you do like this?
Yeah. Yeah.
There.
Alright.
Now I really drank it dry.
Alright, say boo bye.
Super Dad signing off.
Yeah.